All right. Thank you for the intro. I don't even remember who sang that song. I'm a terrible streamer. Guys, welcome in. It is Thursday. It's Podcast Thursday. If you guys don't know, we will be talking to ChinCultTV. He's the leader of the Chin Cult. He's a good friend of the show. You'll find out. I'll introduce him when we get to it. It's going to be a jam-packed episode. I have a lot I want to talk to Chin about. I'm curious if you guys have anything to talk to Chin about. I have left the text-to-speech on. I found a way to get it to go without having the bot sound effects and everything. You get one. You get one text-to-speech, and if it's against terms of service, you're going to get banned. So please behave a little bit. I know we are rated M for mature, but you get one. So if you want to interrupt and you have something to say or you have a question for Chin, you can redeem it once. All right? Let's kill the music. Where is Chin? Let me give him a call. Beep, boop, boop, ba-doop, boop. And I need to push that button so that we're on the right scene. Look, it's Chin. He's been sitting in the green room. Does he know I'm calling him on Discord? Does he know? He's live. He's there. He's there. Chat, he's there. Minty Pie, thank you for the sub. Also, guys, thank you for the other subs I saw. You guys are doing stuff for ZamCon. While I'm waiting for Chin to join the chat, the first 5 people to stream today were Denikai, technically, but he was before the show. And then we had Chin is first, Ilex was second, Minty, Melanie, not Minty, was third, Underling was fourth, and Tinker Lilo is fifth. She's usually up there. Can you believe Chin Discord? Chin hello? he's there. He's there. He's just not in the Discord. He didn't join the call. Don't worry. He'll get there eventually. Mothflame, thank you for buying a ZamCon ticket. By the way, guys, he's ChinCult. Go follow him. Go check it out. You know, let me shout out ChinCultTV. That's an easier way for you guys to go follow him. Zam, you need to flip you and Chin so it looks like you're talking to each other. I'm going to be talking like this all day. I can flip his camera around. Hold on. Where is that? Properties. Where is the flip button? Local, is it a filter? Filter, add filter. It's not an audio filter. What is that? Transition? No. What is it called? Turn around Chin? I'm working on Chin. Move capture device. Why is he not answering? He turned when Melanie typed in chat, but he didn't answer the call, and he's over there chuckling. Oh my god. Is it a move action? It can't be. Oh shit, guys. He joined the voice chat. I can't badmouth him right now.
Don't badmouth me.
Oh my goodness, that is low. Let me turn you up. All right, can I get another check 1 2? Oh,
Check
did I
1 2.
freeze?
Chickadee check. You did.
OBS might have froze. Is OBS
That's not
good? No, it's not good. I think my stream might have froze. Is OBS OBS is responding, but it's not. Oh, there we go. Wow, that was impressive. OBS,
yeah,
please.
Your entire thing just went down. Oh,
yeah, but it's back. It's live.
Oh, dude, the still frame of me.
The still frame of you.
Dang. It's just a treat. It's just
okay.
I'll tell you what.
Oh, I turned my headphones down for some reason. That might be why you're so quiet to me.
There we go, dude.
You know what? I'm going to make you bigger, and I'm going to get rid of your desk for the most part so that it's not distracting me. It bothers me. There we go. Now you're huge, though.
Okay, I can also just remove my desk.
No, it's fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. We're fine. You're just going to sit taller than me. Or not. What is even going on?
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. You're not my mom.
I could be.
No,
How dare you?
Now you can see the floor.
What
Okay.
floor? I don't see a floor. Not on my screen, anyways, because I've cropped a lot of it out. I think
Okay.
you're good. You're just going to be bigger than me, is all.
Is the desk still there? The desk.
No,
is
it's
still
not. It's not there. You're fine. Now your desk is there.
I'm looking.
What are you doing?
Dude, I'm mega lagged on your stream. Okay, we're good.
What do you mean you're mega lagged?
The desk like removed like, I don't know, 30, 45 seconds after I removed it.
You're going to be so quiet. Is there any way for you to turn up your volume by any chance?
Check.
That works.
I didn't do anything. What do you mean that works?
That works because you talked into the microphone when you said check. Every other time you weren't talking into the microphone like a big nerd.
You're a nerd.
See, you're not talking in the mic and you're 30 dB. What is this?
All right, yeah, that's on your end. On my end, I am negative 10 dB.
Are you factoring in all the filters that Discord doesn't have factored in?
No, not even a little bit.
Okay. Well, I will just remind you politely to talk into the microphone then.
I turned it up, so it should be hypothetically better.
It is hypothetically. It's actually a lot better. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to mess with all my audio settings. I'm going to go back to stream. Everyone's going to say, oh, Chin, you got audio issues again. Oh, Chin, classic Chin. Where's the bingo card? But I'm going to do it for you, Zam.
Well, thank you for ruining your audio for me. Do you want to get this podcast rolling?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, guys, welcome to the Zam's Real Talk podcast. Name still doesn't feel good to me, but it's okay. I'm here joined by ChinCultTV. He's a Twitch streamer. He's a father. He's a computer science major. He was in the military. He's a husband. I should have also included that with the father part. He's a wonderful dude, a good friend of the show. Honestly, one of the best friends of the show. I feel like he could be a ride or die feller, but I feel like I've introduced enough people that I glazed you enough. What are you like in your own words? How would you introduce yourself?
Boring.
Wow.
Sure
okay. All right, bro. That's not a that.
Very nervous.
Why are you so nervous?
I don't know. I just feel like I don't deserve to be on a podcast.
Maybe you put way too much emphasis in this podcast because really
I mean, it's just me and you, you know? It's just me. There's no like game. There's no crutches, you know?
You don't need a game. You're not even streaming. All you need to do is yap, you know? And I feel like that's what streamers are supposed to excel at. And I argue you're one of the best yappers I know.
Oh, you're going to make me blush. All right.
Well, before I make you blush too much, obviously, you know, I'm putting this show together to talk to people that I never really get the chance to talk to. You know, we're online all the time and we're not really talking much. We shoot the shit. We talk about the game. We talk about like what's going on. But really, I'm trying to understand what makes Chin today. So my first question, because obviously we're going to talk streaming. We're both streamers. What got you into Twitch?
There was a lot of things that got me into it. So whenever I set out to do something, it's to improve myself. Like I'm bad at a thing. I want to get better at it. So I'm going to like force myself into a position to where I have to get like, it's either, what is it? Sink or float. So I felt like Twitch
I think it's called Sink or Swim because
Sink or Swim, that one.
Yeah.
And I was not very good at one, yapping, but two, just like thinking on my feet verbally. I'm good in chat, but like I'm not good like speaking one-to-one with people.
Why do you say that?
I just get nervous. I'm nervous now. You know, but I get nervous whenever I'm talking to people one-on-one.
Okay, but you work with people. You deal with people. You have a wife. How
yeah, but there's
how do you handle that?
Well, Moth Flame is beautiful, and she deals with me.
Oh, so I have to be beautiful for you to feel comfortable to talk to me? Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm saying.
Jeez.
But I mean, Moth and I have been married for 10 years, so it comes easy.
I see. I see. So you're challenging yourself to get better at talking to people. How is that actually going? Because it sounds like it's not going well. You're nervous.
It's just new things. I think I have a touch of the tism. So anytime there's something new and I don't know what to expect, it's just I guess it's stage fright. I guess that's what it boils down
I
to.
could see that. Have you actually done the autism test that you talked about to your chat?
I did it. I did an on stream one. I've scheduled. Oh my gosh, I've scheduled three.
Scheduled
I've
3?
scheduled three separate autism tests, and I have not made it to a single one.
Oh, okay. I thought you scheduled 3 at a time, so like you were gonna take whatever the best
No.
results were.
Oh yeah, no. I'll just take the cream of the crop.
Yeah, I'll
Whichever
take the
one
one
says
that
I'm
says I
the
have the least
autistic.
autism. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I am worried about failing that test, but
I don't think it's a
no,
failure.
it's not. I'm joking, but yeah, I've scheduled three separate ones, and but like whenever I schedule them, I don't get an actual appointment until like 8 months later.
Oh,
So
okay.
then 8 months later happens, and like the reminder that I put on my phone, for some reason the week ahead reminders never went off. It's only the reminder that's like, hey, you got that test in 20 minutes. Hey, you got that test in 10 minutes. And then I'm too late. It's
Right,
gonna
because you
take
can't just
longer
drop
time
everything
to
and
go.
drive 20 minutes and take an autism test. I don't feel like any
It's
employer
an
is
hour
going
and
to
a half.
accept that. Okay, an hour
Yeah,
and a half is definitely not enough time unless you have a time machine.
right. So it's definitely like, oh, oops. So I just didn't schedule another one. Mainly because I don't want to get into too much politics, but uh, autism isn't looked too fondly on in the government right now. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could see that for the government. I look at it completely different. When I find somebody is autistic, first off, I feel like it's a superpower. I honestly look at people who autism is like the backbone of a lot of companies, a lot of teams. The amount of focus that people can get and that just like the razor sharp attention you can pay to things is so fucking amazing. I kind of wish I had more autism just so I could be that effective. I understand it's a cursed superpower because it comes with that social awkwardness and everything, and the more autism you get, the worse the curse. So it is like a monkey's paw, but I think it's frankly something that shouldn't be looked down upon. Most people should be like picked up and be like, hell yeah, I want an autistic person on my team, at least one anyway. But that's just
you're
me.
right. I mean I completely agree with you. It is a monkey's paw. I don't think I'm like crazy on the spectrum. I've just got it a little bit, but I definitely think uh, I'm nervous to take any kind of medication for it, because like
Okay.
sometimes I do want it. Like sometimes I just want to just bury my entire person into a project,
Yep.
and I feel like if I take the medication, I won't be able to do that.
I feel that's what normal people use like energy drinks for, but I feel like energy drinks just give you ADHD or whatever, so you get distracted more.
Helps
But
you calm me down. Yeah.
they help me sleep, and that's where I thought I had autism or whatever, because energy drinks pretty much put me to sleep. But I feel like that's just I've abused so many energy drinks that they don't work anymore.
Right, that's fair. Yeah, you just get used to it.
But how did you find out about Twitch? That Twitch even existed? Like, did you have a friend that streamed, a coworker?
Well, dude, this is such deep lore, but whenever I was in the army, I had never heard of Twitch, but I had a soldier that I had to like take away his internet access because he was streaming in in a combat zone.
What?
He was live on Twitch, and I went in to go and tell him like he forgot to do like one of his duties or something, and he was like, "Oh, okay." He got like super weird. First off, he got so weird, but then I kept digging and I kept digging, and he was like, "Oh dude, chat thinks you're so hilarious." And I was like, "Oh hell no, chat does not think, chat doesn't see me, right? They don't see my face." And he's like, "Yeah."
But in a
uh,
combat zone, not under live fire, I'm hoping.
I mean, it was during combat season, so it could have happened, but thankfully it didn't.
I feel
But
like that's against terms of service somehow.
yeah, I do too. I mean, I feel like it's not against terms of service until
Until
we
the
get
combat.
attacked.
Yes.
Yeah, and then it's against terms of service.
Right.
But
Imagine getting attacked and be like, oh shit, Chad, I gotta go. Oh my god.
right,
Oh, that
yeah,
would be so
it was
brutal.
crazy.
And then what if the streamer never comes back? Oh my god, that would be terrifying.
Right. I mean, he was live streaming from his phone at the time, so like, if the stream would probably end if something happened to the streamer.
How did you get signal to a phone like that? That's a lot of bandwidth. I guess you
Yeah,
were
so
using the satellite or Wi-Fi or whatever.
it actually so it only takes like 12 megabit upload to get like a good 720p stream going.
Okay.
And that luckily is the internet there. It was $200 a month for 15 megabit upload, which if anybody
$200 a
knows
month
internet, dude, yeah, $200 a month for 15 megabit
to
upload
to stream in a
to
combat
stream.
zone.
Correct. Yeah.
I don't think I would pay $200 to stream. That would just be me, I'm sure.
So I actually, funny thing, I've always been a nerd. So it wasn't. So what I did was I bought my own $200 service. I actually bought two $200 services, and then I ran a couple of routers, and I then turned around and sold internet access to the people that were in my building. So I was making money off of.
Off your fellow comrades or whatever you guys call them.
Well, it was you got to pay for the routers and stuff. It wasn't like I was making money
Right.
hand over fist, but I didn't have to pay for my own internet, and I got 30 megabit upload in a combat zone, so it did feel very good to do that. But yeah, he basically bought my internet service, and then that's how I was able to turn his internet off. Was I just removed
How
the
did you
account.
find out his username though?
I ran both routers. There's only so many usernames.
Okay, so he used the same username that he used to log into your router then? Because I thought he would use a different
Yeah.
Twitch username.
Oh no, I took his like internet account away, so he couldn't log into my internet.
I thought you said you went to his chat, but you took his internet away and he introduced
he was
you.
live. He had his phone open and
Yeah.
was like, "Hey Sarge," and he was reading chat while he was getting reprimanded for not doing his duty. So yeah, so that happened.
Did you know that every
He was
American
combat.
I've brought on stream has been a veteran?
Really?
Yeah, and I like to joke a lot in your stream that you're from the Navy. I want everybody to know you were not in the Navy. He was not in the Air Force.
No, neither of those. I was in the Army. I don't know.
The other guy that I had invited on that was part of the military was doing AV in the Pentagon, which is not anywhere near combat, but it's very nerdy.
The AV. What is
Like
AV?
the audio visual, the networking, kind of
Oh,
like what you were
yeah.
talking about, but for the Pentagon,
yeah.
telling people how to behave on like those instructional videos or whatever communications. Yeah.
The 35 series. I got into the 35 series. A little bit more chin lore for you. I got into the 35 series, and
I don't know what that means. I'm a Canadian.
It's just a job class.
Okay.
Which 35 is like Intel. So they have like 35 Foxes, which is like PowerPoint engineers. But I was gonna be a hacker, 35 Quebec. It's like blue team defending and stuff like that. But while I was in AIT, which is like the school that you have to go through in order to do the job, I got put in what everybody in the building in AIT, they called my dorm the trap house. I just got put into the trap house. It's not like I was the reason that it was the trap house. I had nothing to do with it. I just
Mm-hmm.
got moved into the trap house.
Mm-hmm. Why was it called
And
the Trap House?
uh, I mean, I don't know 100%, but basically I got kicked out because there was one guy, they called him Clink Clink. He would walk through the AIT and you would know that he was what he was there for, because all you would hear with every step was clink 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 clink. He'd go up to the dorm and he'd spread out all of his wares of contraband, which was alcohol. He would have like a couple of bottles of vodka, a couple of bottles of Fireball, and soldiers would come to the trap house and they would buy their alcohol for the weekend.
And then how did that get you kicked out, though?
So, this is all happened within the first, like, I don't know, 2 weeks. So I don't know like who's who or what's what. I don't know relationships. And I've always said this, but the people that are the most friendly to you, like right out the gate, are probably not the people that you want to be friends with. And that's especially true in the military,
I
because they're
wonder if that's
probably
true
lost
for
their friends.
streaming. Have you felt the same for streaming?
I don't. No, I don't feel that. I mean, I guess it depends. Like if somebody comes in and they're a complete rando and they come in and they're like, "Hey, but how are you doing?" I'm doing good, and they're like asking me about myself and like how long I've been streaming and stuff. Yeah, that's a red flag to me. Like, okay, what are you trying to
Okay.
sell me? You wanna
Do you need
do
an artist?
my
Do you want
art?
the best viewers?
Yeah, 100%. You want the best viewers, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, that kind of tracks. But yeah. So the guy that I initially became friends with, everybody, all of the leadership hated him, and he had a target on his back. And that weekend just so happened to be the weekend that they went in for a sting on this guy, and I was in the room when it happened, so I got
And
kicked
so
out.
you got guilt by association.
Right, right. So he got kicked out. He got kicked out of the military. The two other specialists, which is kind of like a lower manager in the military, the two specialists got demoted, and I was just a PFC, so I got reclassed, so I got taken out of the 35 series, and I got put into a less awesome job because that happened.
Wow,
So,
that's brutal. I'm sorry that
yeah,
happened, but I'm sure it made you the man you are today.
it is what it is, dude.
Okay, so you got Twitch through the military. How has Twitch treated you so far?
It's treated me a lot better than some of the other stuff that I've done. I'm at like, it's fun. Uh, I have an actual chat that comes back every day, so that is a big W in my book.
That's fair.
Uh, yeah, I streamed on YouTube for a year and a half, two
How did
years or
that go?
something. Ah, horrible. This is
What
whenever
made it
streaming
horrible,
just
though?
came out. Primarily, it was the fact that I didn't have a chat. So I
Okay.
streamed for, and this was back in the day whenever I was putting out daily video uploads, and I was also streaming daily. And I would stream, I don't know, like 6 hours at a time, and I'd have three viewers that for 6 hours, and none of them would chat. So it didn't feel good to just do that for
And you did
a
that for a
year
year
and
and a
a half.
half?
Yeah, yeah,
Every day?
yeah, yeah. That was I mean, I'm not sure if I streamed every day, but I did do a video upload every day, and it was
Why?
not a vibe.
Why did you go a year and
I
a
don't know. I
half?
felt like I think that might be the autism coming in. I just feel like I've got the drive to keep on doing it, and like the reason other people haven't succeeded is because they just didn't have the drive. So I've got the drive. That's what my mindset was before. Um, it's not that anymore, but yeah. I mean, I
So
was
how
doing almost daily streams on Twitch too, so it's like
how
just
do you
grinding myself
decide
out.
what to improve on your stream and stuff? If you're streaming every day and you're really, I want to say, spinning your tires for a year and a half, how do you improve? How do you get better?
You don't. You don't. I mean,
Have,
you spending all of your time streaming. There's no time to get better at it.
I mean, that's
That's
fair. I'd argue there's
the
several
thing.
ways, but
I mean, the thing. Well, I would argue while you're streaming, you're not growing. And if I'm spending all of my time streaming, then I'm not growing.
I don't know if I
So
fully agree with that comment, and I know a lot of people do, like Devin Nash and everybody say that if you're streaming, you're not growing. I feel like that was Senpai Gaming brought that up and coined that phrase, but
yeah, that's fair.
I don't fully agree because I think there is a balance point where it's like 4 or 5 days of streaming is a growth potential. It still gives you enough time to get better and do stuff off stream, but it also keeps you relevant, fresh to people's minds. People know that you're on more often than not and will tune in out of habit. But I understand that there's also the growth that you get from doing other things like making YouTube, TikTok, escalating those different platforms to your benefit. So I don't fully agree. I don't fully disagree on that one.
I mean, I think that's kind of what the idea is that if you're streaming, then you're not making content for other platforms to make you bigger. Like you're not
That's where
actively
I
creating.
disagree with a lot of those comments, though, because every platform has their own different audience. Like you look at YouTube, and it's short form content, usually like 10 to 30 minute videos. You look at TikTok, it's 1 to 3 minute content. Those people aren't going to stick around for 8 hours of boring you playing a video game, not talking to your chat, zoned in, trying to kill this boss. It's a different audience for the different platforms. So you have to debate them or build up like similar content. So I don't agree, but I'm not here to tell people how to stream. I'm not a big streamer, but that's because I don't
So
intend to.
so this is my counter argument is there's one guy, I'm not gonna name his name because we're not on the best of terms, but he absolutely showed me just by doing how to get big. He started off making TikToks, and he made skit content, and dude, his skits are so funny. So then he got pretty big on TikTok. I don't he's got hundreds of thousands of followers on TikTok. So then he went over to YouTube Shorts and some of those YouTube or those TikTok followers, just a fraction of them went over to YouTube Shorts, and then he got big over on YouTube Shorts. Now they're both about the same. Um, and then he went over to Twitch, and he started doing Twitch like I don't know 6 months ago. Started with 0 subs, or 0 followers, and now he's got I forget like 3K followers, which I know that's bigger than me, and I've been doing this for 2 years, you know. So I just feel like that is it's definitely a route to go is to start making just like
I would argue that's the way to start Twitch. Starting on Twitch is a fool's errand these days. You have to start off platform with other content that people want to see more of that content or see the behind the scenes of that content. Because I don't know if you watched that Ludwig video that was out recently where he started a challenge of 0 followers, no help on Twitch. Did you see that video?
I started it. I don't think I finished it. I don't
It
know
took
how it
him
came about.
5 hours to get one person to click on his chat, and it's because he was doing a giveaway.
Yep. Yep. No.
So that's brutal when you've got the face of Ludwig. He knows how to entertain, and you're starting from scratch. It is brutal. He basically
Right.
made YouTube content on his Twitch, and he started putting it out elsewhere. And that's how you do it. You got to go off platform to start on Twitch. You can grow on Twitch. I think that's a double-edged saber of growing on Twitch and the discovery on Twitch. I could talk about that for hours, I tell you, but I do think that it's easy for that guy to go from TikTok to YouTube Shorts because that's the same basic content. It's 1 to 3 minutes, short form content. It's easy. You also just duplicate the content for the most part, so like it's super easy to get a transfer over from there. But as you even mentioned, 3K is nothing compared to hundreds of K to go from TikTok to Twitter or I guess Twitch. Anyways, so you've changed your name several times here on Twitch. How many times have you actually changed your name?
I don't know, like 6 or 7 times.
What were all the names, and how did you come up with ChinCultTV?
Oh man. Okay. How did I come up with ChinCultTV? So it started off as Seabiscuit, and that is all of it.
Seabiscuit or D-Biscuit?
Seabiscuit, SEI biscuit, and that was like back in Xbox. I really liked Final Fantasy VII. Sephiroth's the main antagonist in that game. Sephiroth was taken, so I just started like toying with it until I got Sephiroth. And then I went into an Xbox lobby and I made friends with some people in an Xbox lobby, and like after like 3 or 4 months of gaming with them, they're like, "Dude, I fucking hate your name. Like, change your name to Seabiscuit."
Oh, I feel targeted here.
So, why do you feel targeted?
I believe I've said I've not liked a lot of your names, so I feel like your original friends. Man, I hate your name.
Yeah, no, yeah, honestly. So then, yeah, it turned into Seabiscuit, and then I just I changed names to the Crimson Chin, just like on an errant thought. And then the Crimson Chin turned into the Chin _07 for the salute, the Chin salute.
Why don't you Chin salute anymore? Why did that fall off?
It was just kind of dumb, dude. I don't know.
It was very dumb.
Know. Yeah, it was just kind of dumb, and like, I don't know, people didn't really vibe with it, so I just stopped doing it.
Okay, well that goes into
okay.
That goes into a great question that I've been asking most everybody else who's a streamer. What is the worst thing that you've added to your stream? I think I know the answer, but I want to know what your answer is.
Worst thing I've added to the stream, dude, there's quite a
you add a lot to your stream
there. Yeah, I've removed a lot from my stream. I think the biggest thing was probably the flashbang.
That's exactly what I was guessing. Oh my god, the amount of like salt that you could easily see every time you got flashbang, and it would break so many times, and you'd just be flashed for 5 minutes.
That's what it was, dude. That's what it was, and I'd be in the middle of a game of Fortnite, and like I'd be in the middle of a fight, and I have to reset my flashbang, dude. And it was it just got old. It just got old.
It got so old. Trust me, I know, because I'm gonna glaze you a little bit here, because I respect how much, like right now you're doing Hollow Knight and preparing for Silksong, and you're doing crowd control, and you get sabotaged so much, and it's such a cheeky little, you instantly are getting killed and almost die every time. I've been playing Elden Ring, and if anything goes on in the background, a sound alert, somebody comes in, uses a text-to-speech, I am a salty motherfather. I'm out here being like, I'm trying to focus, and you little shits are distracting me, and you're over there like, ha 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 ha, yeah, I died again. You just let it fall off your back like water. I'm sure it eats you inside, but the way that you publicly show it, it's a marvel. And so I've been trying to take little I want to say tips from watching you, so I'm not as salty. But I tell you, that is the most annoying thing when you're in the middle, you're focused, you're in the zone, and you just get a little distracted. Oh my god, I hate chat for that.
You're absolutely right. I do have to. So the biggest thing for me is I am so bad about looking over at chat while still moving on the screen. Um, that so I have to completely block chat out. Crowd control does not let me do that.
Mm,
Chat directly affects the game.
yes. I don't do too much crowd control because I feel like it also ruins a lot of the game because chat can help you or they can hinder you, but a lot of people help more than hinder, I find. I feel like on your
Yeah,
stream it's actually the opposite.
I only have hinder. I only have negative effects.
Oh,
Like
yeah, you
the
can change it.
Yep. I
Wait, you have
did
Geode
add Geo
Explode.
Explode on accident. Because I did. So I had like 2000 Geo, 2100 Geo, and to grinding. Grinding
Yes.
Geo takes forever, and I'm
Yes.
not about to grind that much Geo and then lose it and then make chat sit through me grinding that Geo again. So I just Geo exploded and I got all of that Geo back. I didn't realize that enabled it for chat. So then, like an hour later, somebody Geo exploded me, and I was like, "Oh shit, thank you. How did that happen? How did you do that?"
But you
But yeah,
turned off the dashing and the knockback. Oh man, you ruined it all.
yeah,
Terrible
the movement.
experience.
I mean, some of them are just not fun for me. Like
Oh, I get
all of
it.
the enemies and stuff. I feel like I could outplay that, but whenever you guys like mess up my movement, that's whenever it's like, okay, this isn't fun for me, because like you guys can just sit me in a spot and then just have enemies attack me.
Fair enough. Well, I'm going to turn the question opposite
Never
now.
bad.
What is the best thing that you've added to your stream?
Best thing that I've added to my stream. Um I don't know. There's just a lot. Probably honestly probably Tangia. Tangia is probably the most it also annoys the hell out of me, don't get me wrong. But the good parts of Tangia are just so good that I'm glad I added it.
See, I haven't fully added it because I don't like adding extensions to my panels and overlays. Like that's one reason I hate crowd control because it takes up over a quarter of your screen. I absolutely hate that.
Hmm, that's fair.
It's one of the reasons I haven't played Cult of the Lamb because that takes over the entire screen, and I get annoyed by that as a viewer, so I don't want it from a streamer perspective. But I have played with the idea of getting Tangia.
I mean, honestly, it's just such a free thing for you to add, and it doesn't have to cost your community anything. I don't like to create things that actually cost money unless it's something that's designed to like fuck because whenever I've got Tangia up, it's not like it's a overlay in OBS. It's on my screen, like it blocks stuff on my screen. So whenever somebody redeems a flashbang, turns my entire screen white for 4 or 5 seconds, I'm not gonna let that be free because that's very easily spammable and stuff
It's a
like
lot
that.
easier to
But
swallow as well if you are getting paid to be annoyed.
100,000%, exact. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Mm.
It's way
There's a lot of things I'll take it. Oh,
hey yo,
Ayo.
hey yo. Shout out to the Fatums in chat, by the way. I see you.
There was a really good comment in chat that I want to touch on. How much are you going to be willing to give up in game experience to allow chat to participate?
How much? Speaking of crowd control and chat controlling, hi by the way. How much do you
Hi,
think
by
you'd
the
be
way.
willing to give up in your game experience to allow? Okay, so it's not like okay, so I'm already good at Hollow Knight, so I don't mind doing like adding crowd control to Hollow Knight. But for example, silksong just came out. I don't know anything about silksong. I'm not going to add crowd control to it because that one, it's going to take the experience away from me of being able to play my this new game that I'm very excited about. And two, like that's pretty much it. It's gonna sour the entire experience. I had the same deal with RimWorld. I
Oh my
really
god.
want to, ah, dude. Do
Spoiler,
you know
I
what
want to
I'm
do Rimworld Toolkit for my streamiversary, but literally, you're probably going to go on the same topic that it just completely changes the game for one. Two, it just ruins your experience where you're now just a narrator for what chat's doing. Three, there's no challenge because chat can buy their way out of it. Like, there's so much, I would argue, wrong with Twitch Toolkit, but people love it. So again, that goes
Yep.
back to how much of the game experience are you willing to give up? And I feel like for Rimworld, that's too much.
Right. Yeah, I still need to feel involved, and I don't want to be constantly reading notifications about, hey, thank you for giving me this thing. Hey, thank you for giving me this thing. That's what it turned into. That's what it felt like. So
A
I want to
thank you
replay
simulator.
RimWorld because I had so much fun with RimWorld when I played the single player, so I could get ready to play on stream and I wouldn't be like looking around UIs and stuff. I had so much fun in the single player game, and then I turned that mod on, and it just turned into something completely different. I didn't have fun with it anymore.
I don't know if I'm gonna do it. I feel like for a streamiversary or for like a one-off event, it makes sense to have that chat interaction, that chat experience, because it is a unique experience. But I feel like if I were to be a streamer that just relied on chat interaction, man, that feels sad. Feels terrible to me. Because I like to be in
Say that
control
one
of
more
my
time? I missed that.
content.
I missed that.
Sorry.
What you?
I'm just saying that I don't like relying on chat interaction to play games. I prefer to be in
Yeah.
charge of it because as a streamer, you're trying to make content. And as soon as your chat is the one that's making the content, you're no longer able to decide where you go. If you have a schedule or a plan for the stream or stuff that you want to talk about or do in a game, all of a sudden it's now waylaid and it's random chaos of whatever people feel like at the moment. And sometimes it's never, or it's nothing that people don't participate. And then it's like, why did I even bother?
Yeah. No. 100%. That's how crowd control feels like. Sometimes it's like, okay, well, I've had crowd control going for 2 hours and nobody's done anything with it. You know. But
Speaking of
yeah, I
chat
completely agree.
interaction, I did want to ask you about all the different like AIs and stuff. If you've ever gone to another person's streamer, you've often seen people with like AI summaries or their chat, or the AIs trying to invoke people to talk with like messages or questions of the day. Why don't you have an AI in your chat?
I think it's too talkative. That's what it boils
Really?
down. Yeah, I don't like the like I pulled my bot back because I think my bot was too talkative. And there's just I already have a lot of bots in chat and they already talk a lot. And I tried an AI bot out and it just didn't I didn't like it. It didn't fit. And I think the biggest reason I didn't like the AI bot is because for most of the bots, I know what their chat messages look like. So I don't even register them as much messages when I'm reading chat. I just kind of skip by them. But whenever
Yep.
I see a AI message, it looks like a real message. So I read it every time, and it just messes up my entire flow.
I get that. I just, even as a viewer, I don't like reading those AI summaries.
True.
Because, like,
True.
I'm already participating in chat. I know what's going on. Why do I need to reread what happened in chat as if an AI even cares? Like, it's not only a giant paragraph, which ruins your chat experience, in my opinion, especially if you have too many bots going at once, but it grinds my gears so goddamn much to see AI in chat. It is also grinds my gears when people rely on AI for like the raid commands and stuff because it's very insincere, and I feel like that's the biggest problem I have of having AI in my chat is it comes off as without that personal touch. It feels very alienative. It feels like
Yeah.
I'm using it as a crutch, like I'm being lazy. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of AI. I don't like a lot of bot spam in my chats.
I will stick up for those chat messages, the raid ones specifically, just a touch. if I am sometimes the streamer shows up late, like the raid doesn't work or whatever, and I'm like talking to them, and they just I ask them like, hey, how was your stream? What were you playing? You know, how was your time or whatever, and like they just don't hear that first message. So if that AI bot gives me the opportunity to like know what the game is and stuff like that, but at the same time, I just don't care that much to have the AI in the chat, because like if they want to have a good raid, I know I want to receive a raid in a way that they would I would want my raid received. And if they aren't there to chat with me, then it's really on them. But I don't know. I can see it both ways. I can see why in that specific instance having an AI chatbot say what's up would be
See, I don't need an AI chatbot for that. My shout out feature tells me what the last game they played was, so at least I have that information. And that also condenses that paragraph to, hey, they rated in, they were playing this game, so that I know where it is, and I also say it so that it comes from me, not a bot. But even though it is a bot command. I'm much more a fan of robots that do what you tell them to do rather than an AI that would be like, oh, ahoy, everybody, get your long swords and your shields out. We're getting raided by the Maiden of Terror. Welcome in, everyone from the Maiden Terror who is playing Cyberpunk 2077. What a digital battle of nomads. And oh my God, I don't care. Jesus Christ, shut up, you fucking bot. Oh, I hate that. I hate that so much.
Yeah,
but
I mean, I don't want to speak too badly about it because there's a lot of people that I know personally that.
Why do they love it? Maybe you have some insight. Why do they like it?
Maybe I need to ask them. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I could speculate, but I'd only hurt feelings. So.
Okay, fair enough. I get why people like it, and I feel like it is a crutch that people who don't know better or don't have the motivation to do it themselves or the creativity to do it themselves, that they rely on that. And I feel like that delays a lot of growth for people like streamers. Like you mentioned coming on here to get better at talking. Imagine if you didn't talk and you had an AI on your shoulder that did all the talking and read chat and interacted with chat, and you're just there for the AI to sit on your shoulder. Like you're kind of fighting with what you wanted at a stream, right?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Anyways, I don't want to fight the AI problem this much, but do you use any other AI in your content?
So I idea generate a lot with it. Like I lay a lot of groundwork with AI, and then once I get everything blocked out, that's whenever I go back and I'll like personalize it and I'll make it mine, and stuff like that, just because I mean, it's just more efficient that way.
Okay. What AI do you use?
ChatGPT.
Okay. Because I've used ChatGPT, I've used Grok, and I'm actually leaning a bit more towards the Adobe AI, but mostly because I use Adobe Premiere Pro and Photoshop, and it's integrated with that.
Yeah.
But that's interesting to know.
Complete sense.
I asked that question because I have not found a good AI that I like bouncing ideas off. I find ChatGPT and especially Grok is really bad. ChatGPT always likes to do the yes and I absolutely hate that. I just want one thing. You don't have to upsell me. But sometimes the yes and helps and I can go down a further rabbit hole. But why do you yes and everything? I hate it.
Dude, I get what you're saying. Don't think that I don't. I understand. I love the yes and.
I can see that. I don't get me wrong, because it does, if you're using it for idea generation, like you said, it's generating more ideas. But typically I'm just trying to do something like, what is a building code of the, how do I make sure how big a guardrail is? Oh, it has to be 36 inches. Would you like to know how to make a guardrail? No, I just needed that answer. Thank you, AI. Goodbye.
Right. Yeah. No, you're right.
But I also know people, and I want to talk to them, that use AI to do full metrics. Like one of my friends, Dot Hacker, you know of him. He uses ChatGPT to tell him what kind of shorts to make for his content. And I think that's
Good.
dangerous.
Why do you think that's dangerous?
Trusting the ebb and the flow of not only your community but the general public to a bot that tries to appease everybody but also doesn't have the experience or the level of expertise to be able to tell you exactly how and what to make, and put your entire trust into an AI that could very well be wrong. I feel like that's a fool's errand, that you should learn from people that
We're
know
making
what they're
shorts with
doing.
it,
Sorry?
yeah. We're making shorts with it.
Yeah, but for example, Dot was like, "Oh, shorts are supposed to be best between 26 to 30 seconds, so I want clips that last that long." No, 26 to 30 seconds is really weird. Where did ChatGPT get that number? And he just goes by it like it's a Bible, and I'm like, that's where I have problems trusting everything in AI. You know?
Yeah, I interpreted what you were saying as, hey, idea generation, like how I use it, and I was just like, oh, I mean, if it flops, it flops. What's the big deal? But
Right, but that's
no, yeah,
a
that makes
difference of AI generation compared to like using it as a standard operating procedure is where I'm looking at the problem. Idea generation is absolutely wonderful for AI, in my opinion.
right. Yeah, I mean, anything that is remotely creative, unfortunately, AI is so good at it. It drives me nuts, dude. They couldn't be good at, any of the documents I have to make on a daily basis. I
It's
have to
good for my
follow.
documents because my documents are all publicly facing on the internet, and it saves me hours of digging through and reading all the regulation because I'm a safety guy.
Oh
So
yeah.
for me to find a specific regulation on health and safety that meets all the different provinces and states levels of their health and safety regulations, I can ask ChatGPT, and then I can ask it for the link so I can verify its information because it has
Right.
lied to me before. But it's a lot easier
Yeah,
than me
that's what you have to
finding
do.
it and reading it.
You have to say, okay, what is the paragraph?
Show me the
Where can I find
document.
this?
Yeah.
And then it'll be like, actually, I've changed my opinion. This
Oh
is
yeah,
what I think
actually
now.
I lied and it's actually this. I'm sorry for lying. And
Or
even
you
if you
go to
try
it and it says nothing like like what it said. It said.
right, and even if you try and fight it where it's like, "Are you sure about that?" to every answer, it'll just change its mind anyways.
Oh yeah,
It could have
yeah,
been right and then it's wrong. Ah man.
yeah. That
Can't wait
drives
till
me nuts.
AI is better in my opinion. Speaking of AI, I heard you made your own bot. Would you tell me more about why you made your own bot?
I forget the original reason. It boil. Oh, that's what it was. I wanted what you had, and I was too scared to ask you how you did it.
I've gone through several bots in my time on Twitch, and you decided to make your own bot from scratch to instead of being like, "Hey Zam, what bot do you use?"
Yeah, yeah. This is whenever I was brand new and I was a budding streamer, and we weren't on a personal level like we are now.
I
And
I don't think we're on a personal level, but this is helping for sure. I'm getting to know you a lot more. I didn't know you looked up to me that much. Jesus.
shut up. But whenever people type in chat for the first time, I wanted that, but instead I wanted it to be the videos, which I did with the bot.
You know, my bots could have done that as well. The reason I don't
Yep.
do videos with the bot is because I feel like that's distracting from a lot of things that I'm trying to do for YouTube as well. Like I've thought about having that sort of same thing on for these podcasts, like turning on the bot so people could nut and moo and rar, and it would do the alerts for everybody coming in. But first off, DMC on YouTube is terrible. But second off, having a video overlay on the screen can be extremely toxic depending upon what you're doing on the stream at that time. And there's so many bad times I've run into that I'm like, I'm not doing that again. There's one thing that puts a thing on top of my screen, aside from the shout out, but that's just your name pops up and that's nothing.
I'm slowly coming to that realization. It's taken me a while. It's taken me a while, but you know, sometimes I don't want something to pop over the screen and make a bunch of noise because I'm trying to make YouTube content out of it, and
If you're not doing YouTube content, it's amazing for chat interaction, which will actually help you grow, keep retention high, all that sort of stuff. But as you and I talked about earlier, going off platform and trying to make other content is almost quintessential to trying to also grow your Twitch stuff.
yeah, 100%.
So with your bot, how did you start it? How did you get like a bot to build up? Did you build it in your own? What code do you use? That sort of stuff.
I tried so hard to leech off of other people's code. I promise you, I tried so hard. The only programming language that I felt super comfortable with at the time was Python, and I just could not get anybody's code to freaking work. So I ended up just learning how APIs worked, how webhooks worked, and I just coded it all by myself, dude. That
Why didn't you just grab a bot, like Google what chatbots to use on Twitch or something like that?
I don't think they were that big back then.
There was a
Like,
lot
I
of
know-
bots all the time.
What do you mean? Just go and grab like
Grab
a
any
stat-
bot, like Onk bot, Streamlabs bot, Stream Element bot, Mix It Up, Streamer bot, Fire bot. I'm forgetting some that
guess-
died.
I tried a bunch of bots, but they didn't do exactly what I wanted the way I wanted it to. Because like I only wanted it to happen if it was a first time chat, and I wanted to play a video. But like in order to do a video, there has to exist a scene, and a lot of the chat bots didn't create scenes for you. And if they did, you had
Right.
to one by one, like each person's hello thing. At least this is the way I understand it right now. Each person's hello thing had to have its own scene. Otherwise, it would trigger it would trigger it randomly, or it would trigger all of them at the same time.
There's multiple different ways that you could do it. First off, if you have it hosted on your computer like OnkBot or Mix It Up or StreamerBot, those would pull the file straight from your computer, and it would put it out onto a scene, which is a source that you would put into a scene. Because do you nest your scenes?
Yeah, I mean I nest some of my scenes. I don't nest.
So I nest my cameras and I nest all of my bot into two different scenes. That way, if I want to turn the bot off, I can turn off the scene, the visibility of that scene, and the bot's off. But my main question there is like, why would you make a separate scene? You can just make it a different source within the scene, and you can have it be
I don't need
a
the
visibility
scene. I mean,
on off.
I meant source.
Okay. That makes more sense because you have like hundreds of people that this bot would go off. And if it's going off every time and you have 100 scenes, I would hate to see your OBS, bro.
Yeah, no, I mean you don't want to see my OBS to begin with.
I don't want to see any streamer's OBS. Mine is a mess enough.
OBS mess.
I saw Lambo's OBS and he's a VTuber, and oh my god, I would hate to be a VTuber with all the different knickknacks that he has.
So I'm so interested to see his, because I just want to know like what part of his VTuber stuff affects his OBS, you know?
So he actually has it on a separate computer that feeds it into his other computer. So it's a completely separate OBS beast on a separate computer that outputs
That's the way I
to the
would do
other
it.
one. Because it got so resource intensive that he was literally dropping frames, crashing, and he couldn't handle it. So he had to literally get a second computer for that. And in fact, that's how I got to learn how to do second computer streaming, is because he did it first because of his VTubing.
Right, dude. Okay, that's crazy. So he also that I learned all of my dual streaming stuff in a vacuum, and I could have just asked Lambo
That
for it.
you just need friends in this streaming scene is what I'm hearing, because that way you don't have to develop everything from scratch. You could just ask. Like, there's so many people, streamers that I know, that I can send a message on Discord right now and be like, yo, I really liked how you set up that scene or that transition. In fact, for starting this podcast, the name tags that are showing up over chat every now and then over our cameras, I asked 4 people how they did that. Fun fact, they all use the exact same thing, which is a widget program that no longer exists that you would go to. You'd put it all into a widget. You'd be able to grab the source from the website, and you could put that source into OBS, and you can change it as much as you want on their website. They no longer have the domain. That widget does not exist anymore. I literally developed these as I was trying to develop them, being like, oh man, I really want something that I can change for the guests, and I have an idea of how to do it, but I feel like this is way too much work. Hey, Lambo, what do you use? Oh, I use a widget I got in 2015. Oh, hey, Denikai, what did you use? Oh, I use a widget I got in 2016. Oh, hey, Crash Koek, what did you use? Oh, I got this oh my God, everybody has this widget, and I never knew it existed.
That's crazy.
But get some friends. You can literally just message them at any point because everybody loves to talk about how they do their production. Trust me. That's one of the things where, like, when I'm asking these questions, building your bots and stuff, you are fucking glowing. You're radiant with how much joy and pride you have. And that's one of the cool things. Every streamer wants to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely see that. Maybe I should reach out more. I don't know.
So Go ahead.
Bot was the bot began as just a passion project, and I loved it. And now I'm realizing, like, hey, actually, I don't want to support my own bot. So I'm slowly moving everything over to Streamer Bot, and I'm just gonna have Streamer Bot.
Why did you pick Streamer Bot?
Because specifically, Streamer Bot's the only one that I could figure out that would have per user variables for commands. So I could do the Melanie Pie has redeemed daily blessing 5 times. It's the only one I could figure it out on.
Oh, my sweet summer child. Oh my God. There's so many ways around that. I can't.
What, Sam? What?
So I do that, but I treat it as a currency and mix it up. So every time somebody redeems it, they get +1 currency. So it's treated as a currency.
It's the same thing. Mix it up is just Streamer Bot.
It is. Literally, that's why I asked the question. I mixed it up, and I was looking at the two very seriously, and I picked the wrong horse. I should have gone with Streamer Bot. The reason I went with Mix It Up is because they had 3 devs instead of 1 dev, and everybody who was a VTuber was using Mix It Up because it ties into VTuber Studio or whatever they use. So I was like, well, you have more developers, you have more buy-in with the VTuber community, you're very likely going to continue to be a successful bot, and I've picked so many bots that have died, which is why I was very particular about my next bot there. Streamer Bot did everything Mix It Up Bot did, but it was 1 developer versus 3, and I was like, I'm going to take Mix It Up, and literally just recently they were like, we lost all of our devs but 1. I'm the last dev, and we've ignored it for the past year. That's
Crazy.
brutal. So Streamer Bot, I feel, is like the better choice these days.
Yeah, honestly, I just discovered Streamer Bot because of another streamer friend.
Which friend?
Sorark. He might be.
Oh, okay. I realized he streams as of yesterday.
Oh. Yeah, I go to his stream pretty often.
He rated you, and then it was like, Source streams? What the hell? Why has nobody mentioned this?
He says he doesn't stream. That's what it is. He constantly is like, oh, I don't stream. I don't stream. Everybody stream. He's like, I don't stream. And then you finally go to his stream, and it's like, oh, he's got like a full setup. He's got like a broadcast going. This isn't like a fly overnight operation he's got going. He's got scenes that have taken hours to set up, you know?
This scene took less than an hour to set up, but that's fair. I did want to go into a cautionary tale, though, because as I told you earlier, to go and find streamer friends, I will tell you that it's a very double-edged sword. I use that a lot, especially with streaming. Yeah. I've made a lot of friends with streaming, and I found that streamers are like the worst friends. You can be friends with somebody, and then you say something. I say a lot of dumb things, and immediately they will turn on a flip. They no longer support you. You get blacklisted, and it's brutal because these are friendships that I've made, and then people just abandon you out of nowhere because there's no loyalty between streamers. and they'll just drop you. And it also causes drama. And that if you have this problem where you've been like, you and I are very close, our communities know each other. We've collabed so many times that if you and I were to have a fallout, right? And I'm like, oh, that Chin guy, he's the most racist, sexist. He's not for reasons. This is just an example. He's the worst human being I could ever see. And then I'm saying that live on air and I'm rupturing our community. All of a sudden my viewers are dying, your viewership's dying, and we're now having beef on the internet. That's so fucking stupid, and I've had that so many times. Most of my drama comes from people saying something similar, saying that I said something stupid and they can't be friends with me anymore. And that sucks. But it's great to talk shop with people.
No, I love talking shop. Absolutely. I unfortunately have had I've had that drama a couple of times, but we're pretty good about just letting it fade to the background.
Right.
But,
I typically don't get into a lot of drama except for when I'm interacting with other people. I don't typically start the drama because I'm lazy. I love conflict. Don't get me wrong. I would absolutely start drama, but it's a lot of work to deal with that shit and the mental stress you have to go through. No, thank you. Let me just play games and chill.
I've just got other stuff that I'd rather be doing. You know? I just don't want to deal with drama. I don't want to deal with people that are like, "Oh, I hate drama." I never, because those are normally the people
that start it, that do it. I love conflict. Don't get me wrong. There's a difference between conflict and a difference between 100%. Drama.
Yeah, you like to see people squirm.
Exactly. I like to challenge opinions and thoughts and be in the interesting conversations rather than being like, oh, you're so cool. Hi, guys, I told Chin he was cool, but he's not. Ha ha, got him.
Is that what Zam does to me behind the scenes, dude?
No, I do that in front of the scenes, and then I do the opposite off the scenes where I'm like, oh, guys, look, Chin's so bad at video games. Ah, Chin, you did so great.
He is actually a sweetheart in DMs. It's kind of.
But you did mention that you have a lot of other stressors aside from streaming. So, like, you're a father, you're a husband. How does that impact you? How does streaming impact your family? How does that work?
I mean, it was unfortunately there for a little while. It was definitely stream first, and that is never how it should be.
No, it shouldn't. Not even if you're trying to make it big. No.
Right. Yeah. I was streaming most days of the week, and I wasn't doing it for very long. But like the thing that people don't see is like the stream, especially whenever you're starting up. Like you have to do a lot of setup. There's a lot of that goes into it and behind the scenes and like a lot of figuring out, especially if you have like this vision and you don't know how to get there. So it's like I would spend a couple of hours on stream, but I would spend like the equal amount of time off stream trying to figure something out for stream. And yeah, it took up a lot of my time and I didn't spend very much time with my family.
But you still have your family. So how did they accept that?
I mean, it kind of goes, this is just my opinion, but I think it kind of goes hand in hand with me being in the military, and Caitlin or Mothflame was just so used to me.
Are you doxing them live? Should I be bleeping this out?
No, it's Mothflame, I think, was just like used to me being deployed because of the military. So like there wasn't really like a big dependence there, but it did come to a head. So then we changed the stream schedule, been helping out like way more around the house and spending more time with the fam.
Did you have a family when you were deployed? Like, did you have you have two daughters, right?
Yep. Moth and I got married 10 years ago, and we've got a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old.
That's crazy. I'm kind of envious. I've been doing this dating thing where I've been trying to date for the past, like, I want to say almost a year now. And I've been keeping it as part of my content where I update chat on what my dating life is like, what online dating is like. Holy shit, it's been terrible. I'm jealous that you have a family. I would love to have 2 daughters and a lovely wife. So count your blessings on that. And I hope you definitely hold on to it because it sounds like you got a really good family. And I'm an outsider. I get a very small perspective into your life, but I get a very good feeling from it. And I think that goes on to a lot of your chatters as well. So I don't mean to be like, oh, Chin, you better never divorce her. You're a terrible person. You don't know what you have. But man, I feel like I'm a bit envious, a bit jealous.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, aside from the daily beatings, everything's really nice.
Is it from the 5-year-old, the 7-year-old, or your wife? Like this is important. How hard are these beatings?
Well, everything's funny whenever it's the kids, but it's the wife that, man, she really packs a punch.
For legal reasons, that's a joke, right? Do you need help?
Yeah, we're all joking. No, we're
okay.
Any beatings that happen are consensual.
Oh, that went weird. Oh, I'm just gonna move past that before we start going sexual. I know we are pretty mature on this stream, but Jesus, I don't need to go into the S&M category quite yet. So how about when you're not streaming, what other passions, what other hobbies do you have?
I mean, it's mostly I've been getting into guitar, but I have kind of put that to the wayside. I'm getting into like 3D modeling pretty hard, and I'm trying to make like a little, I don't know, a show, the YouTube series, I guess.
When is that coming out, or do you have any idea?
I don't have any idea. I'm still modeling everything, but I've got the story all planned out. I'm making all of the models. I'm making all of the cityscapes and back alleys and stuff like that.
Well, if you need to disarm your social anxiety, I will voice act if you ever need that. I'm putting that out there. You don't have to go and find ways to voice alter your voice box or anything. No surgeries needed. I will put my labor in for that. That sounds like something awesome.
Amazing. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I'm definitely going to take you up on that.
Fair enough. So you're doing 3D modeling. You're trying to do some animation. It sounds like in the background.
Yeah.
What do you use for that? What program?
It's a combination of a bunch of programs, but primarily it's Blender and DaVinci Resolve.
DaVinci Resolve, is that not just a video editor?
Yeah. But you can.
I've never heard anybody call it DaVinci Resolve. Everybody calls it DaVinci. So I got confused there if it was like an Adobe After Effects or something.
Nope. No, it's the. I mean, I've never talked to anybody outside of this conversation about DaVinci. So.
Your wife said you started reading a little. Is that true?
Yeah. I've been reading the ACOTAR series here recently.
What is that? ACOTAR?
Of Court of Thorns and Roses. It's a little spicy.
Are you reading smut? Are you promoting smut here?
I mean, I just said it was spicy. I didn't say it was smut. You're the one that said it was smut. Oh, it's smut? Moth, how could you?
Okay, fair enough. I actually was going to do that for my next New Year's resolution, was to do like read a book a month kind of a thing. I'm really big on New Year's resolutions. So that was going to be my next year's, to start reading. And I don't know necessarily where to start reading aside from a book in page 1, but I'll find something.
Yeah, I mean, I would challenge you to just find a genre. Like I'm into just high fantasy. So ACOTAR just kind of it
why high fantasy?
I don't know. I just I like magic. I don't like reading stuff that's grounded in reality, because that's not why I'm reading. It's not why I play video games. It's not why I watch videos. I don't. I wanna experience something that I couldn't go outside and experience if I'm gonna be you know, in the virtual world, I guess.
Okay. And you go for
I
like
guess smut
medieval
maybe that's right.
magic. That's interesting.
No, I wouldn't say medieval. I would just say just magic. Anything that's magic or, you know, shape shifting or anything like that. I'm totally into.
I'm sorry, chat's going off on smut, and now I'm thinking shape shifting in smut, and that goes into all sorts of different gray areas I don't want to go into. There's like 50 shades of them. But the fact here is that that's interesting to know that you like high fantasy. I don't know what I typically like. It's been a long time since I read a book that wasn't a textbook or for specific knowledge. I wanted to
Oh,
learn something, and
same.
that's how I've read for like the past decade. And that's where I don't read for recreation. And I was like, man, I should probably pick up a series. I do audiobooks on the drive into work. I'm doing the Fire and Ice, the Game of Thrones books. That's going
Okay,
pretty
yeah.
good. I hated the intro, but it's grown on me.
Yeah, I think Fearful was saying that he wrote that. But back to what you were saying just a second ago about how you never read for recreation, but you did read a lot.
Yes.
That's exactly my situation. Like I I work in IT, and it feels like 5% of my job is IT, and the other 95% of my job is how to do it to regulation and creating the forms, filling out forms, making sure that I'm within standards and all that. And you know, reading standard. It's just a whole thing, and I didn't want to read books as recreation. I gotta say, like it's actually really fun. Like reading books, you can definitely kick back and enjoy your time if you let it.
One of the things with reading that I think is going to be a benefit for me when I do it next year is going to be more of like the increase in your vocabulary. As a streamer, I'm sure you realize, especially video editing and making extra content off those videos, that you say the same sort of things. Like I say, okay, all right, so goddamn much, and it is embarrassing. I feel like I need a larger lexicon to be able to pull out and be pulling out these expensive words. So I think that's going to improve not only my streaming but my video editing as well. Second off, it makes you more creative because it challenges your way of thinking. So I think those two benefits alone make it worthwhile. But the time, I'm editing so much, I'm making content, I'm streaming, I don't even have a family, and I'm running out of time.
Right. Yeah.
So
No,
I don't know
I
how you do this all.
probably smoke and mirrors. I probably do way less than you think I do.
Mm,
Yeah.
that's fair.
I didn't
So
want to read books.
what is your goals with streaming these days?
Goals right now. I'm just kind of I'm just maintaining right now. I am improving to make streaming more streamlined and easier, and I can just press the go live button and everything just kind of falls into place, and I don't have to start a million things. Um, but right now I just want to I'm on the maintaining trail while I work on that that side 3D project.
Do you feel like maintaining is fair to your stream? The people that come in every day and watch you and realize that you're not going to get better, you're not going to give them better material, and that they're getting phoned in, that you're being half-assed. Why are you half-assing instead of full-assing? I'm a viewer. I want your full ass.
I would not say that I'm half-assing anything. What can you give me an example of
Well, you said you're focusing on all sorts of other stuff and that you push live and you don't have to put much effort into it. If you're not putting anything into it, why would you
no,
expect to get anything out of it?
I'm focusing my effort so I can have my streamer bot automatically start all of my bots, automatically close all of the programs that aren't related to streaming. Stream doesn't have to wait on me to actually start stream because I've been doing that for I don't know years.
Your chat wants the full ass as well. Just letting you know. I already know they want the full ass.
You're
I
the one
want the
that
full
said I
ass.
was half-assing. I
Well,
just want to clarify.
you said you
I'm
weren't
not
putting effort
half-assing.
into the stream, so why are we getting not the full effort?
While what effort are you?
I want
What I'm
maximum
not
effort.
putting
I
in?
want you to divorce your wife, put your kids at soccer practice and forget about them, come back, and I just want the best shit ever. And I want, if you're not streaming, you're not sleeping. I want you developing your bot so that when I come in, there's not just this cool thing that pops out on the side and goes, blah, blah, blah. I want fireworks going off. I want your background, your green screen to catch fire because you're doing so much. You're so hype. I want that effort, man.
Yeah, you can get that effort, and I can also be more efficient.
Wow. Wow, you guys heard him. He's gonna give us what we want. He's giving us the full ass.
Streaming, I'm my whole ass is into streaming. But
Apparently, you only half-assed when you
streaming,
hot sauce. What did you
whenever
get
I'm
rid of the
not
hot
streaming,
sauce?
yeah, I for right now it's temporarily gone. It will come back.
Why? Why are you bringing it back? If it's gone, leave it gone.
Okay, Zam said. I'm
Go
gonna
ahead,
keep
blame me.
talking.
I have absolutely no
Zam-
problem.
Zam said.
What I find is that if you give somebody a toy and then you take it away and you give it back to them, they will either forget about it or overuse it, or it's just going to be like we forgot we had this toy.
I'm good with that.
I also think that it's a huge distraction, and that I've never been a fan of your hot sauce segment. If you guys don't know, he basically has this thing where he has like 18 different hot sauces, and his bot chooses one, and he takes a no chicken wing, just straight up dab a chug of the sauce. And I never really see you sweat or be like, oh, that was super spicy. So there's like no entertainment value out of it. It distracts from your stream because you got to go do it. And it's just, I feel like you could put that effort into something better, and then you don't need your hot sauces next to you. You could do something different.
I mean, the thing is that there is hot sauces that make me sweat. So when it happens, it's hype. And like what I don't want to do is replace that with something else that takes no effort on my part, like an automatic thing or whatever, and it'll play like a video or something. And I don't think the hot sauce dab takes that long. So I like it because it does give that opportunity for.
So you like having a loot box in your stream is what I'm hearing.
You have to buy keys to open loot box.
They buy the hot sauces with their channel points. That's a currency.
Yeah, that's a currency that is completely free. The only price they pay is the time that they're in the stream.
So why don't you make those super awesome 1 in 1 million chances super awesome of an effect as well? So that people know they got the legendary skin, and they want to do more hot sauce.
What do you suggest? It sounds like you have an idea in mind.
A different sound effect, like a nice victory sound effect. You like Doug, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So when Doug does his, I don't know if you care about editing, I care, but as he's doing his editing and he's building up these emotional moments, right? And things are going good and he's succeeding and something amazing's happened. He has that, wow, Doug, you did it. And he has multiple different voices overlaid over it. And it's like he's the crowd cheering him on. You could do something similar like that. Oh my God, it's the hottest sauce. Oh no. Oh God, why did you pick this one? Why is he even on the list? Oh, he's going to have so much sweat. Like you could do something very similar like with what he does. And that would make it so much more hype. Maybe I'm just nitpicky over here.
I mean, maybe whenever I move the hot sauce over to the new streamer bot, I'll do something like that. That's a good idea.
Well, that's if you want to. There's some feedback. I have these ideas. Maybe you should ask me how to improve your stream someday, and then I'll tell you. I've stopped giving people unsolicited advice.
The thing is, Zam, I've asked you before, and you gave me.
I told you to fix your sound, and you fixed your sound, so it's great.
No, I mean that was more recently. But there was once upon a time where I asked, and you just made fun of me. So I was just like, all right, I'm just not gonna
In
fucking
my
ask.
defense, I don't deal with seriousness very often, and so if I have to be serious, you have to say this is serious, Sam. Otherwise,
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
gonna light you up for whatever it is because that's how guys
Yeah,
deal, right?
you just lit me up. I feel like DMs is a sacred place.
I'm sorry. I am the same on stream as I am off stream. That unless you tell me specifically that something is serious, I ham it up for entertainment. Because if I can make you smile in DMs, if I can make you smile from chat, if I can make you smile from Waka Waka in on stream, then I'm all for it. I'm out here to get a chuckle because life's a goddamn joke, so I might as well play along.
That's fair. That's fair. I just want to point out, Mr. Bare Nips, you said you demand hotter sauces. They don't make sauces much hotter than the ones I've got. I'm just saying.
He does have some hotter sauces, but I'm not a fan of the hotter sauces. But I know your chat is that's part of your brand. I feel like there's so many people. I've talked to 3 streamers so far, and every streamer has absolutely no idea what they're doing for branding, and that's shocking to me.
Yeah, I mean, I come up with a new idea for branding probably once a month.
Bro, I know so many streamers that have done that. Like one of the guys I used to watch once upon a time, he decided at one point, oh, I want to be a Roman gladiator. Oh, I want to be a cyberpunk Roman gladiator. Oh, I just want to be an emperor. So I'm going to change my name to Empire. And so he went down all these different branding rechanges. I'm like, but none of them stick because you don't let them sit long enough. You don't let them stew.
Yep. I mean, I feel like I'm pretty well settled in this this I'm in a cult
I
shtick.
think the
So
cult branding is going to go huge if you lean significantly into it. And it'll also help you when there's cult-like stuff that comes out, like Cult of the Lamb. You could have gone so hard into that would have been part of your branding, and that would have been huge for you.
true. I was a lot smaller whenever Cult of the Lamb came out, so I didn't even really have a chat back then.
I'm biting my words here. I was about to be really mean. I didn't want to be that mean.
I'm
Oh my
still
God.
small. Yeah.
No. I
Sam.
was going to be like smaller waistline or smaller viewership. Waka waka.
Right, waka waka. This
It's a
fucking funny.
fat joke. I know because I am also fat, but I've been doing really good on that. And I know that you're super excited about exercise as well. How's your exercising been going?
It's been going good. I haven't been going this week because I've been somewhat sick, but I've been going to the gym every Monday through Friday.
Are you still
I'm
doing
not
that
really
weird
losing.
arm workout?
Not really. I only do it for the arm workout. It's like a whole deal, but I only do the arm workout now. I my back's not cut out for the back workout. I don't really like legs that much, so I just kind of do what's written on the written on the board at the gym. Um,
There's things written
uh,
on the board at the gym.
yeah, there's like a back circuit at the gym, and so I'll do the back circuit. That they'll have like what's the other one? Chest circuits, and I'll just say, hey, go and do, max reps of this. Okay, go and do 20 reps, just
Huh.
stuff like that. Yeah.
I don't go to a gym. Most of my stuff is like home gym. I have a pull-up bar. I have free weights that I use. I have a treadmill, a rowing machine, that sort of stuff. So I don't
You
go to a gym. And I typically just pull up whatever I feel like for a workout set list. I just do a muscle group, a cardio, muscle group, cardio. Next week is all cardio to let my muscles cool down. But it's been working for me. I'm down 40 pounds this year alone, 42 technically, but who's counting?
Very nice.
It
I'm
is.
not down very many pounds. I've probably lost 15 pounds, but I've lost I want to say like 12 inches off my waist.
That's huge, bro. That's like an entire new belt.
I mean, it's crazy that I've lost like I haven't lost that much weight. It's just turned into muscle. I think I don't I don't know where it's going.
I know that feeling.
Like yeah. But my body's always been that way. I once went overseas and long story short, we had like a big influx of people on the base that I was at. So they didn't have enough food to feed everybody on the base. And then we also had the Taliban had attacked the convoy that was holding the food for that month. So we also didn't get that. So we pretty much I starved pretty much for 3 weeks, or for 3 months. Sorry, and we still had to do 2 days every day. So and I only lost I want to say like 30 pounds off of those 3 months of just not eating anything and doing workouts for 2 days. Meanwhile, there's other people on the fob that have lost like 100 pounds in those 3 months. It was yeah. My body is just does not get rid of weight very easily.
So what I'm hearing is that we need to starve you again. I will personally go over and terrorism your base. Well, technically, it's not a base.
It doesn't stick.
Speaking of,
starve myself forever.
Speaking of, obviously you're not on a base. You had to choose where you lived when you came back. How did you choose where to live?
I grew up here.
Oh, that makes it super easy.
Yeah.
You could have gone anywhere else.
Yeah. We had family here that, and we have children. So I wanted to keep them close to their family, so they could have like a relationship with their grandma and grandpa and stuff.
Chat really is interested to know what is your opinions on like what is the best MRE and what's the worst.
Ooh, okay. So you guys are probably not gonna like this answer, but whenever I was in the military, they came out with new MREs. So a new line of MREs dropped, and I really liked. I would probably eat the pizza one just because it's just so good. But yeah, there's a pizza one. I'm sure a lot of people in chat, if you're familiar, you'd probably want me to say like the beef and tortellini or whatever it was called.
I don't know. I'm Canadian. I don't know these things. I also was not in the military.
That's fine. And then the worst one would probably be the oatmeal. The oatmeal and the MRE. That one.
How does oatmeal not be good? It's literally just oats and water.
That's all it was.
I have that like every day for breakfast.
But it was also packed with stuff that stops you from shitting.
I have that for breakfast too. It's called protein drinks or protein bars. Those things do not like digestion.
I don't, what do you want from me?
Wow.
You've proven time and time again that you hate yourself. So I don't.
You don't have to vocalize it that much. I didn't realize I put that out on the air so much. Jesus, I do hate myself. But
I'm sorry,
hey.
I internalized it, Zam.
Oh, is this now a therapy session? Are you gonna come out and be like, oh, maybe you should self-love yourself some more?
Yeah, why don't you? Why don't you self-love yourself more?
I did on Saturday. I did a fertility test live on stream. So I had to love. That's not a good joke. Hey, speaking of the worst things that you've done on stream, what is?
Hold on. What is the fertility test thing?
Do I still have the box? I don't. I threw it all out.
You actually did a fertility test?
Yes. So I've been having a conversation about how I've been selecting people for online dating because I want kids myself, right? And so I've been like selecting people specifically that want kids, that we have that in common, right? And so part of it came up to I'm getting old. fat people don't really have the best fertility. How do I know if I can even have kids at this point? And so chat was like, oh, you could test for it, but Canadian healthcare is shit. You have to wait so long to get a fertility test or go into the emergency room or stuff. I'm not about to go to a doctor in order to wait to be able to tell and go through all these tests. And I don't care that much, right? And then somebody piped up, was like, oh, you could just get one from Amazon. So I looked it up. It was $40 on Amazon. So I was like, all right, it's $40. It's a meme. I'm curious. Whatever. Sure. Okay. I'll do it if chat really wants me to. And it was 100%. Everybody said, yes, do it. Absolutely. So I did it last Saturday at the start of the stream. It's very awkward to do live on air. I didn't think it was going to be that awkward.
How do you pass the test?
You have to have over 15 million sperm per milliliter.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm asking.
What are you asking?
What I'm asking is,
how do I get the sample?
How do you take the test?
So YouTube will probably flip out on this one and probably not allow this video, but you get a little plastic cup, right? And so what you do is you self-love yourself into the cup. Then you let that sit for 20 minutes to 3 hours. Then you stir it exactly 10 times. You take the syringe, you pull it out to the specific measurement of semen that you need. Then you take that semen and you inject it into the proprietary solution that you then have to invert 10 times and squeeze exactly 2 drops onto what looks like a pregnancy test. And then you wait for basically the same thing as a pregnancy test. I did not dark side film myself. I know that reference. Good reference.
So you retrieved the sample while looking into the camera, or
no. That's not against terms of service as long as they don't get to see the sampling tool. I did it before stream, and it's really awkward.
Oh.
I don't know if you've ever self-loved on a timer, but like you go live at a specific time and you have to have the sample before that time. And so you're on a timer, and I feel like that's mental head games while you're doing it, you know?
Yeah. It's like
it was a psychic issue. I had some mental problems of being like, oh, am I going to be late?
This is so funny. That was actually kind of how I felt whenever Moth and I were trying for a baby, because that's kind of the same thing. It's like, okay, we're on a timer, she's on green week, and it's just not it's not nearly as fun when it's like, all right, this is a transaction at this point.
You have to do it. Time's ticking. Yeah. And then you're in a different headspace, and it's not the same.
Right.
But anyways, I successfully retrieved a sample, and yes, my sperm is over 15 million per milliliter. I am fertile. I can have children.
Nice.
But the end result was going to be, if I was not fertile, I'd start looking for people that don't want kids as well, and I'd expand my dating pool from there. Because I feel like I am being hamstrung with my online dating, because I do want to have kids, and I want somebody who also wants to have kids.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
And it's also rough because I've waited so long to do this whole relationship and putting the focus on it that I feel like I may have missed my window. I say that because online dating is crap these days. I'm basically scraping the bottom of society's barrel, the rejects of the world. I'm one of them, don't get me wrong, but everybody is out here pretending they are not a reject of the world, that they're the world's precious oyster, and that you have to be like a 10 out of 10 earning $3 million a year to be able to date them. And so it's like, holy shit, bud, expectations are through the roof. And then there's other people that are just mentally out in left field. I'm not very political myself. I don't care enough to care about politics, but the amount of people that are either hardcore left or hardcore right is shocking. And then they also demand you live their specific politics and political lifestyle. And I'm not about that because I don't care about politics. I've never cared to put the energy into it because I find politics kills everything it touches. And so why would I want to invite negativity when I can focus on things I can improve, things that I'm doing, things that are in my immediate sphere, right? I look at it as it's a waste of time to look at politics when other people that know more can do better if they focus on it and I don't.
Zam, we're in the same exact. I do not want to talk about politics, by the way. I just want to touch on what you just said.
That's fine. There's no political commentary there. I'm
Yeah.
nihilistic about it, I guess.
Yeah, so I think the same exact way as you, Zam. I've lived that way for my entire life. I just think like I could spend my energy better elsewhere and trust the people that want to spend their energy in that space to come up with good opinions.
Yeah.
And I thought that way. Canada doesn't suffer this problem, so it makes sense. I thought that way up until they started like taking rights away from my wife.
I
And
don't
then
know
it
what
was
you're talking about, so that's fine.
yeah, it's just political stuff. They were talking about, repealing amendments that gave, like moth flame.
See, that's
right.
where I go back to the if people care about it and want to know more about it and want to fight for it, they can go ahead and do that. I don't want to spend the energy. That's why I don't know what you're really talking about. And so, sure, I probably am one of the people that people hate for being ignorant. But at the same time, do you want somebody that doesn't know what they're talking about to chime in and be like, oh, I think it should be this way and know absolutely nothing? Or do you want the people that know and care to be the ones that decide it? Now, do I think there's a bunch of idiots on both sides that are making terrible calls? Sure, absolutely. I think there's idiots everywhere, frankly. I mean, look at our chat. Waka waka.
Right. I just think that it's kind of like your dating pool. It's like everything is just so polarized now. There's that, and I feel like I'm
absolutely,
I'm
and
very
it's
in the
so.
middle.
You can't be in the middle. I'm in the middle and I get hated. I have had so much hate on my stream for not being like Trump bad. I don't care. I don't know enough if he's good or bad. I'm Canadian, first off. Second off, why should I care so much about one man's life that I research everything to find out if he's good or bad? I don't care. It doesn't affect me. It affects you guys. Sure, absolutely. But I still would much rather somebody who puts that effort in to be the one that talks about it, not me.
Right. That's fair. I was just getting at like everything's so polarized now that it just feels like I can't trust anybody's opinion.
Oh my
anymore.
God. That's part of the AI conversation. What do you even trust? How do you know what you're reading online or in the news or anywhere? How do you trust anything is real? That's shit that keeps me up at night.
Just gotta go with your gut, I guess. Because
your gut even lies to you. Your brain lies. Have you seen those like visual things or those visual tricks? There's so many things where like your brain fills in so many gaps that it is actively lying to you. You saw something, but you didn't.
Like, have you seen that one where it just looks like white noise, but if you stare at it long enough in like the right angle, it turns into a horse running?
Isn't that like a 3D puzzle, an optical illusion thing?
Maybe.
I don't know. But like, how can you trust even what you are telling yourself? It's some deep shit. And that's why I don't think that I could even look into politics myself, because I don't think I can trust anybody. Everybody has some sort of bias or some sort of gimmick that they're trying to push these days, especially streamers. Holy shit, those streamers trying to sell you games. Have you heard of Raid Shadow Legends? It's the most ambitious crossover on PC and mobile with new heroes every month.
So when's your next Raid Shadow Legends stream?
Never. I'm shadow banned from Stream Elements. I will never be able to do one of their stream. Streamer. Yeah. That's an interesting story. I don't think I've told it on the podcast yet. So what happened was they do these mobile games and these really shitty games that they sponsor you to play, and you get X amount of viewers to participate. You get paid for it. I couldn't install the game to even play it. So I reached out to their help desk and I was like, hey, I can't play this game. Can you help me? I can't use the link. It tells me that I've already participated, but I've never played this game. This is a brand new sponsorship. I'd like to play it and do the sponsorship. And so one of their main problems is they have so many help support people that are on different shifts. So you're talking to one person, they go off shift, and a new person picks up and starts from scratch. So I had to go through like 3 or 4 different help desk people before I talked to like a manager about this. And I tried a different sponsorship to see if it was just that one sponsor that was bad. The other sponsorship, the manager finally got me a link that worked on the first sponsorship, but I said I canceled it to do the second sponsorship that still had the same problems. And they were like, okay, well, you have to go back through a different help option for this brand new problem with this new sponsorship. And I said, are you kidding me? I can't even play your games. I can't do these sponsorships. How do I even get to play and do this demonstration for my chat? How do I get any investment from them when I can't even play it? And so I was like, can you guys please look into this? And they were like, all right, well, here's a QR code for you to play on phone. Well, it's a PC sponsorship. Why am I playing it on my phone? I don't want to go through my phone. Now I have to set my phone up to connect to my OBS. And I'm just like, this is terrible. It's a PC sponsorship that you wanted me to play on my smartphone. This isn't going to work. Can you just give me a link like you did in the first sponsorship? They said no. And so I was like, okay, well, I've lost hope in this entire process. I'll check out to see if you get any more sponsorships in the future. But for now, I can't trust because I can't install any of your games, so I can't do a sponsorship. And so now I'm banned. Everybody else is getting Stream Elements sponsorships, and I've had 0 for almost 8 months now.
Crazy.
I'm shadow banned, and they've refused to acknowledge it. All because I tried to help them get their sponsorships working.
Insane. So okay, I thought you were gonna say that that's how you found out that you're shadow banned, but what you're saying is their process broke.
Their process broke.
And
I tried to walk them through it. I could have kept my mouth shut and earned dollary dues, just being like, hey guys, we got a sponsorship. Don't do anything with it. They're going to pay me a minimum to do this sponsorship for an hour. So you just see spam and chat, but I can't even play the game. So like, why would you guys play the game? All right, let's go collect those Stream Element dollars, because they never look into it. They never give 2 shits. And just because I tried to get them to fix their stupid program, I got shadow banned because I might have been a bit sassy after being frustrated of, I just want to play your sponsorship. I just want to do it.
Crazy.
It's shame. Raid Shadow Legends was actually one of the best sponsorships because you could totally spam that. And that's why they put so many barriers into it, is because people would be, you could make an account on a different email and be another account that would count to your subscriber or whatever goal that you had. So you could literally by yourself farm all the participation. And they cracked down on that, and that's what broke their sponsorship.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, it doesn't make sense why you wouldn't be able to log into the game, though.
Because I would not be able to count for my own participation. They limited it so that you only get to count once. But I feel like they limited so you only count once for all sponsorships. Like there was a variable that they fucked up somewhere along the line.
Oh, gotcha.
So because I previously did a sponsorship with Stream Elements, I would not count for the next one, which was stupid because it's a brand new game that I'd not installed or even participated with.
Right. Yeah, that's dumb.
It is dumb. It's big dumb. Stream Elements is terrible. I feel like they're literally Streamlabs, and Streamlabs is so bad. Oh, man, I could rant about both of those until my face is blue. Literally could talk hours about how bad they are.
I mean, I used to love Streamlabs up until they got canceled, and then I moved off of them, and I'm so glad I did. Because
I didn't live to get to the cancellation part. What happened was I heard that it was super easy to go from slobs to obs. So I opened up OBS one day when slobs was open, and slobs didn't like that. So slobs deleted every single stream, every scene, every source, basically factory reset. Because I feel like OBS was fighting for the same drivers that Slobs was fighting for and the same sources. And so Slobs just deleted itself. And I was like, I can't trust that. I can't trust your program that just literally deleted everything I put into stream. And so I had to emergency set up a brand new stream scene, everything in OBS to get streaming for the next day. So I've never looked back at Slobs after that. Streamlabs is bad. Stream Elements is bad. I argue any sort of website like that is bad.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know about Stream Elements. I haven't had any issues with
Well, I'm going to tell you, their sponsorship sucks. That's for sure. That's for damn
Oh,
sure.
I've never done a sponsorship, so I guess well, I did do well. That wasn't even through Stream Elements, the sponsorship I did. So I've never interacted with Stream Elements aside from their bot, and I think their bot is really good.
Okay, I disagree, but okay. I'm very jaded about that.
That's fair. What chatbot would you recommend a new streamer?
Streamer bot or mix it up bot. Those are the two best bots out there. I would argue hands down. I would lean towards streamer bot these days, but I'm so invested into mix it up that I feel like, and it's a bit easier to use on the UI side. So for like new people, mix it up might be better, but I feel like streamer bot's better overall.
That's fair. I think I'm just gonna get rid of all of my other bots and just go full in on streamer bot because I feel like it does everything.
It does. And to build a new bot, like I know a guy who's working as a dev on Firebot, and I just asked him several times, why are you putting this effort in when it already exists in two different other bots? And the answer was because we want to get to that level. And I get it. Competition's great. Don't get me wrong. But bots don't make money on this platform, any platform for streaming.
Right. I mean, I don't know how bots make money. Like they have to sell information. That's the only way that.
As far as I've seen, it's just been Patreon and people that care, like WinRAR. And most of the devs are people that have passion to support it.
Okay, that makes sense.
But that's what I've seen. Now, that said, I do know that ViewBots make a killing. Have you seen that? Have you been paying attention to the Twitch stuff with ViewBots?
Yeah. What do you mean they're making a killing?
So I didn't realize this. What I did was I once clicked on one of those links that said best viewers or cheap viewers here. I did it as a meme for stream to be like, what does this link actually do? Because they post it in every fucking channel. And so it's one of those things where it's like somebody has to click on this at some point. Otherwise, why is this still getting spammed? So I went there and I found out that stream ViewBots are so expensive. They were charging something like, was it $2 an hour for 50 viewers? So if you factor that in, that you're doing a 4-hour stream, that's $10 right there. You do a 4-hour stream 3 times a week, that's $30 a week. You're now paying $120 for 50 viewers for an entire month. To me, that's expensive because you don't, even at my size, I don't make enough sub money to offset that amount of viewership.
I mean, but you're going to be put at the top of the search.
50 viewers is nothing. Some of these people are doing like 20,000 viewers.
For some games. Yeah, for some games. But you're going to be leagues ahead of the guy that's streaming to, you know.
I don't fully subscribe to the more viewers means you're going to get more viewership. I don't fully subscribe to that.
They've kind of gone, Twitch has gone away from it. But it is definitely, if you have a higher average viewer, not average viewer, current viewership. If you have higher current viewership, you're going to show up higher in the results.
I will give you that, but it's default to variable or mixed or whatever Twitch does now. Right. It's no longer set immediately to highest viewership these days. That used to be correct. However, the other issue with the higher viewership, how many people actually go and say, I want to watch Hollow Knight today? I feel like that's such a small amount of people. Whenever and I feel like this goes for most people that use Twitch, when I want to go and watch something, I click on my following tab and I go, okay, these are the people that are on right now. I'm going to select them because I know they're good and I know these people. I can have a good time with them. Easy. There's a reason I follow them. I'm not going to go, oh, I want to watch a specific game. The next thing I'm going to do is, oh, what does Twitch recommend me? Oh, none of these people look cool. Great, because Twitch never knows what to recommend because I watch so many different people. So at no point am I going to start going and search because for me, I don't care. I don't care what game the streamer is playing. I care about the streamer. You know what I mean? Unless you're brand new to Twitch, I don't think you look for games. And
Yeah,
even if you
I definitely
are,
do.
if you're brand new to Twitch, I feel like you're not going to care about who has the most viewers typically.
Yeah, I think the viewer thing is just for discoverability, but I feel like you can get way better discoverability
By the way, you're talking away
elsewhere.
from the mic again.
Oh shoot, sorry. I think you're gonna get way better discoverability elsewhere. Like you don't need to
Oh, absolutely.
do do it on Twitch. Like
Well,
just
even if you're
do
doing
what
the
you like
50
to do.
viewership that I mentioned, you have to have at that point, what is it, 50 subscribers to even pay that off for a balance of it. 50 subscribers is a lot for especially new streamers or even my
Right.
size. I'd argue that that's still a significant amount. That it makes it where it's not worth streaming at all to buy view or to view bot. Now, I would also say if somebody view botted me, I said this on stream, I don't care if somebody view bots for me. I just think that you can spend your money elsewhere, which would be better, like giving that to gift subs or donating it to the streamer or using bits and being part of the active chat. There's so many better ways to spend that $125 a month.
Yeah, I agree. The $125 a month is you could definitely do other promotional like giveaways if you're really intent on doing
You
that.
could
You
do
putting
2
yourself
merch
in
giveaways
giveaways.
for that price. You
True.
could give away, what is that, like 50 subs? No, 25-ish subs nowadays.
Yeah, subs have gone up.
Yeah.
But
But that means that there's more people that would be able to use your emotes, more people that don't have to deal with your ads, more people that would be in there and more invested in your stream. Subs, I would argue, is one of the better ways to do it because people get benefits out of it and they want to maintain it. But I don't know. I feel like you could do so much better. You could commission artwork for your stream.
true. True.
Or
I
even
mean,
on Fiverr, do a whole bunch of new emotes that you cycle out.
yeah, I think if you were a brand new streamer, I think that would probably be the best way. The cheapest advertising you could get is to have emotes commissioned.
I frankly think
It
that if you
so
don't have good emotes, you're doing yourself a significant disservice. I think besides having a steady schedule, emotes is the second best thing that impacts your stream because people see your emotes and if they're fantastic, new, cool, people look at it and be like, "Oh, whose emotes are that? Maybe I'll check them out based off those emotes."
I mean, and I've followed people. I've just
Yep,
straight up followed people. Never been to their stream. Don't know what they look like, but they had a cool emote.
absolutely. Absolutely. Emotes are also amazing because when other people use them because they like the emote, that's free marketing. That's free word of mouth.
Right. Yep.
But
I
that's
mean,
just me.
as far as like spending money, I think emotes is definitely the way to go. But it would definitely, I think the easier you can make pressing the go live button, the better off you're going to be in the long.
Why do you have a problem pressing the go live button?
There's just the like for me, I'm downsizing now, but I just had like 3 bots. I got to start up like Snap Camera. I got to start up Camera Hub. I had to start up Voice Mod. I had to start up my Python bot. I had to make sure that the start recording button was pressed at the right time and not, recording the very beginning of stream or whatever. There was just like a lot to focus on, so it was just kind of daunting. But
Yeah.
now, I'm just downsizing. That's what I mean. Like I spend a lot of effort doing stuff that I can very easily just automate away. So that's what I'm trying to do now.
When I go live, I don't have that. I used to have a very long, extensive checklist, and that's why I'm not a big fan of like Twitch fishing or many of those little mini games that people have for chat interaction. Because I couldn't be bothered to open up Steam and open up fish games so that people could type excitement mark fish in my chat, and that's all they ever do is fish, and like there's no benefit to it. There's no reason to fish aside from bragging about who has the most score. But for me, I open my bot, I open my music, I find a good song to start stream so that I can get a good headspace because that's what I jam. I jam to the starting song to hype myself up for the stream. once I have my song selected, I have my bot open. I open OBS because that's one of the things. Your bot has to be open first usually so that it can connect to OBS. And if you open OBS first, it has issues connecting typically, I find. So I always open the bot first. I open OBS second. And then bada bing, bada boom, I push the start stream button after I enter the stream information. And Bob's your uncle. You're off to the races.
Yep. I mean, that sounds like a pretty straightforward process. I just wanna load up OBS. Like right now I have it to where StreamerBot just opens like whenever my computer starts up, and like everything just automatically opens. And right now all I have to do is press the OBS button, and that'll open up a fair share of programs. And then whenever I hit the go live button, it starts up like my Python bot and stuff like that. Like I'm downsizing.
The less things that you can have break is so much better as a streamer.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie.
That's the thing that I have just ever since I've started streaming. I've just wanted to fix that one thing. I just want things to just stop breaking all the time.
Yes, I'm gonna tell you, everything breaks all the time. It was something that could be working all the past 3 years. You loaded it up to date. Now it doesn't work.
Yeah, streamer Tangia is broken. Streamer muted, and then you've got chat, just like streamer muted. You're not muted. You're not muted.
You were never muted. I've been trolled by that too many times. I literally leave my mixer up so I can tell if I'm actually making noise, because ain't no way I'm trusting chat.
Yep.
But there have been times where I have been muted because sometimes I don't fully push the button, or I used to have Go XLR, which was a piece of shit. Oh my God, I hated that thing. What do you use for your mixer?
I've got it's a Behringer thing. It's big. I don't know. But then I also have that's my mic mixer, and like any if I have multiple mics, that's what I'll plug it all into.
Yeah.
And then I have a Beacon mixer. And I really like this Beacon mixer, but Elgato has come out with a product since I got the Beacon mixer that I really like. It's essentially the Beacon mixer, but it's also got a Stream Deck on it, and I really like that.
It's a Stream Deck XLR, which I have. I have issues with it. It's not as bad as the Go XLR by far, but I still have issues. I have significant issues with it, and I haven't had time to look into why I have issues with it. So, for example, with my Stream Deck XLR, I have Wavelength, which it uses for all the different channels and stuff that it goes through.
Right.
Wavelength likes to disable the filters that I have set up, and it just turns them off randomly. Like if I restart my computer, I have a crapshoot if my filter, my equalizer's on, my compressor's on, all that sort of stuff. It's a crapshoot. And I absolutely hate that. Why does it reset that every time I start my computer? And why is it sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't? Other things like the Elgato audio control server will just not work. So how do I control the different channels for playing the different music, or the level of my bot, or any of that sort of stuff is brutal. Why does it freeze? And then I have to troubleshoot that before stream. The Stream Deck itself works fine. It's the XLR that has issues because it uses 2 other pieces of software that crash.
Gotcha.
But the OBS, not the OBS, the Go XLR was worse. I don't know if you've ever heard or seen or played with one of those.
I was very close to getting one, and I didn't.
So the reason it's terrible, and this is a known side effect, Lambo even had the same issue when I was talking to him about my issue, and he's like, yeah, it's the exact same thing. It is poorly designed. Whoever engineered it needed to go back to engineering school because they used a USB-B. Not a USB-C, not a good USB cable, a USB-B. So that's the chunky square one, as you know. And it doesn't...
It has a bigger power supply. That's why they used it.
And it doesn't properly sit. It had its separate power supply, but this would not properly sit in the device. So if you jiggled the cable or the device, say you slammed your desk and angry at the game, all of a sudden, all your audio just cut out. You're stuck. You're done. You have to reboot your computer to get the drivers to work again.
Insane.
And so Lambo taped his Go XLR and the cable to his desk so they would never move.
Oh my gosh, that does sound like a
It was
nightmare.
terrible because I would push the mute button to cough and everything. And so I would touch the system, and if I touched it hard enough, I lose all audio.
And then you have to end your stream and restart.
End my stream and restart. I found a workaround where if I end the task of the software and restart the software and restart damn near every other audio system except for OBS, sometimes it would play and OBS would be muted, but everything else would work.
I'm sure if you restarted the Windows audio service, that would
Possibly. I didn't go that far. All I know is that it was a piece of shit because every time that happened, I had to stop stream and troubleshoot for 5 minutes to try and get it to work. Nobody wants to stop stream, not for audio issues.
Absolutely not, because it kind of, especially whenever I first started streaming, it was just kind of embarrassing to just have audio issues, and like if they're just audio only, you just stop streaming for no reason to them.
It's the one thing that will make me just want to stop streaming, not go live, and I want to troubleshoot and fix it now. And streamer brain is 100% real. When the OBS is on, it's like your troubleshooting drops to 20% maximum efficiency.
Yep. I mean, that's my problem solving skills. Whenever I'm streaming, my problem, like, that somebody in chat will give like the most obvious solution. It's like, okay, well, it's easy for you to say behind a computer screen.
Yeah. So you talked about being embarrassing moments. One of my best clips is I started playing Overwatch on stream when I was a wee streamer. And I had a Blue Yeti, which is currently in my bird room, so you can hear my birds. I didn't realize which way of the mic was forward. So I was talking into the back of my microphone for damn near 3 months until a bigger partnered streamer came into my stream and said, "Why are you talking into the back of your microphone?"
Oh no. Zam.
And that was clipped. And that's one of my top viewed clips, and I hate it.
Oh, I have to go check that out. That is just, I'm gonna eat that up.
But I also, just today, I saw that another VTuber had the same problem, that they were talking into the back of their microphone, but they've been doing it a lot longer.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just looking at it as there's a lot of embarrassing things. And my opinion on streaming is you want to get these embarrassing things. You want to do all these stupid little things when you're small so that you learn for when you're bigger not to make these mistakes. And I feel like everybody has to make their own mistakes to get through it. And you can't like coach somebody through these mistakes either.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be there 100% of the time, you know. The newer streamers have to learn how to solve their own problems, you know.
Yeah,
because their friends are great and everything, but if you don't learn how to solve your own problems, you're just gonna crumble.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, it's been 2 hours that I've been bothering you, so I do think that we should probably look towards ending. Is there anything coming up that you want to give a shout out? Any sort of charity events, collabs, anything people should know about coming out?
No, I don't really have anything on there. I'm doing a.
Why don't you?
Because I've got that big project that I'm working on right now.
Yeah, but every streamer needs a collab. Every streamer needs something to be shouting out, something to be hyping up. You need something.
Okay, Dad.
It's Zaddy Zam, please.
No, to chat your Zaddy Zam. Okay.
Oh, so you can read all these smuts and enjoy your beatings, but I can't be your Zaddy?
Correct. Yeah, you're just Dad.
All right. Well, son, it was a pleasure having you guys. Also, guys, go check out Chin. He's a wonderful streamer. He plays all sorts of games from Fortnite to Hollow Knight to a lot of nights actually there. But he does all sorts of fantastic little games like that. He has hot sauce that you can go make him eat. He has text to speech, and you can lay the pipe in his stream. He's a great streamer, great friend of the show. I can't say enough about him. I'm sure I'll have him on and talk more about other stuff that's not streaming. But yeah, go check out Chin. I love this guy.
Yeah.
Any
Love you,
wise
Sam.
words?
Thank you for having me.
Any wise words to end the stream on?
Wrap it before you tap it. All right.
Jesus Christ. All right, you guys heard it here first. Protect your tool. Don't be a fool.
Do drugs responsibly. I don't know.
All right, I gotta go. Goodbye. Bye, Chin. Goodbye.
Right, goodbye.
Guys, that was Chin. I hope you enjoyed that segment talking with Chin. Shit, I forgot who's next. Chat, who's next on the podcast here? Next week is Gorlath streams. He doesn't have a camera, and that'll be interesting to see. Gorlath is a fantastic streamer. He has amazing wit. He's a Canadian, but he's also from British. He's from British land, so he has an accent. You guys will probably enjoy that. So if you enjoyed what happened tonight, we're doing it every Thursday. Come check it out. Be part of chat. I'm surprised nobody used a single text-to-speech feature there. Hell yeah. Don't take a fertility test on stream. You can. It's just really weird when all of chat is judging how fertile you are. But Strig, you're not next. No, I am booked until October 2nd at this point, and I might book up on the 9th as well. But we're talking to everybody and anybody. We're talking Champrul, Ilax, Crash after Gorlath. I want to talk to everybody because I want to know more about the people that are part of the stream. I want to know what makes people. Why do they do streaming? What do they do? Why are they normal? Why are they abnormal? You want non-Oregon maple. Okay, here's a maple cookie for you. It's a Mr. Maple, made with Quebec maple syrup. All right, let's go raid. Here's your raid command. The person I wanted to raid is no longer on. That sucks. You know what? Let's go say hi to Hippo. We haven't said hi to Hippo in a long time. So we're going to raid Hippo. He's a good friend of the show. I'd love to have him on the podcast. He's playing No Man's Sky. You guys are going to enjoy that. Thank you for tuning in. Saturday, we'll be back with more Elden Ring. We're going to kill that tree boss. Then hopefully beat the game, but I don't know. That's everything. We got YouTube videos out. Friday, short. Saturday, Sunday, YouTubes. This will be on YouTube probably by Monday. I don't know if there's anything else going on. That's about it. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, guys. Have a good night. Keep your head up. Keep your stick on the ice. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Don't forget to hog rider while we're going. Goodbye, everybody.